All right, so I don't know if you know or not, but Trump has wanted to go ahead and get rid of natural birthright, which means or birthright citizenship, which pretty much just means just because you were born here doesn't mean you're automatically a citizen here. And before I continue, let me close this window because that beeping is bored. All right. So I don't got too much else to say. Just know that this man put a lot of orders into play on his first day, and this is one of the things he tried to sign into action.
Executive orders are very important in just about every case. And it will go through the first one, please.
Sure. Do you want to? Yeah, Mr. President, this is an executive order on sorry, Mr. President, this is an executive order on AI. We're basically announcing the administration's policy to make America the world capital in artificial intelligence and to nominate and to lead the world in AI.
You want to say your name, your full name?
AI.
David is one of the greatest in the world at AI. Both respected, probably there is. So that should take that to the forefront, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. It's just, and this statement is.
Yes, this is the crypto EO before we got an internal work group to make higher the world.
It is really going up, right? So, David, that's the. You find them exciting? They might not be exciting, but they're going to make a lot of money for the country. And so is David. You have to check him out. There's nobody like this guy. They said, "How did you get David Sachs? How did you do that?" And he's doing it for the country more than anything else. So we appreciate it, David. Thank you very much.
This executive order establishing a presidential commission, an advisory commission on science and technology.
You want to explain that a little bit?
Basic idea is to get together top people from government, the private sector, technology industry, as well as educational institutions to make sure that America maintains its leadership position with respect to science and technology development. There's that.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not what I was expecting. I've seen this already. This title says Trump signs order declassifying MLK and JFK files. I guess that's not what this video is. But this right here is him talking about the birthright citizenship, and his order was temporarily blocked by a judge. So it hasn't been outright denied, but it's been put on pause. Let's find out why.
Let's go out to Seattle right now. This comes as we are learning new information on the...
Shout out to Seattle. I used to live out in Seattle. Beautiful place in the summertime.
Birthright citizenship on the ban of the executive order that has just been banned. Let's listen in.
Requests for a temporary restraining order brought by the state of Washington, Oregon, Arizona, and Illinois, and are thrilled that the judge issued a temporary restraining order directing the United States government to take no further action and enforcing and implementing the unconstitutional and un-American executive order attempting to eliminate birthright citizenship in America. This is step one, but to hear the judge from the bench say that in his 40 years as a judge, he has never seen something so blatantly unconstitutional sets the tone for the seriousness of this effort. I want to thank all of the men and women who put in hard work over the past year to prepare for something like this and who successfully argued the case today. We have an incredible team of men and women in the Attorney General's office in the state of Washington.
So he's saying that they blocked it, but I want to know what, was their reason for blocking it. Not saying I agree with it. I'm just curious for, what they put up as an argument. He said it's unconstitutional that he wanted to make that change, and I just assume it's because it says that you're a citizen if you were naturalized here. I don't know. Let's keep listening.
With our colleagues about to take it back. Taking with the artists, you right now is something that's what I start today. So that Yes. Well, first and foremost, the judge obviously disagreed with that argument, setting the tone for the urgency. And as our team laid out in court, this order effectively forces states to prepare for the effective date of that order, has an impact now, and more importantly, created a cloud of uncertainty for children being born here in Seattle, all across Washington, and all across the country. And so the urgency by which we moved was effective and appropriate and supported by the board.
Mr. Attorney General, difference what it made. It's something that passed by Congress and signed into law by the president.
So in order to amend the United States Constitution, there's a pretty well laid out process to do that. And I think what the order today reinforces is that no one individual, not even the President of the United States, can simply erase what it means to amend the Constitution and the process they're in. If Congress wanted to move and take action and the state wanted to ratify something that amended the United States Constitution, they could certainly take that action. But I also think it's important to remind everyone that this amendment to our Constitution was put into effect in the wake of the most infamous United States Supreme Court decision in American history, the Dred Scott decision.
And so I guess part of what he's saying is that in order to make it so people don't have birthright citizenship, you would have to amend the Constitution, and the president can't just make an executive order to go ahead and change constitutional rights.
It was put into effect to reaffirm what it means to be an American. And so that's why this case is so important. That's why we've back now. This is a nationwide order essentially directs the United States government to take no further action in implementing presidential policy.
All this is the giving their thoughts. What did I say? This
Well, we'll take one step at a time. But I see no reason why the Court of Appeals or even the United States Supreme Court would reach a different decision than was reached today. The Dred Scott decision, how old of a decision is that? The Dred Scott decision was from, March 18. What we laid out today, so we moved for a temporary restraining order, which had a nationwide impact. The next step would be a preliminary injunction, which will allow for more thorough reading. The TRO that was issued today has a 14-day effective date, since 14 days in the United States government.
So the hold is only for 14 days, though. They only got 2 weeks to say something else. So I don't know. It sounded like he said that the United States president didn't have the authority to do it, but the hold is only for 14 days. Why is it such a short time frame?
We're going to take over action, implementing and enforcing this order, and we will be back in court, as will many other people across the country.
You talk about, because this order was expired before from the government before the executive order actually took effect. Why was this even now? What are the immediate harms that are happening today?
Well, there are two principally for the states. I mean, the states would have to start working on the potential impact of that effective date now. They can't simply wait for 30 days to prepare for all of the changes that would happen to state government to recreate, re-implement systems that have a desired financial and administrative impact on the states. More broadly, this is about people. This is about people who the President of the United States was trying to deny their lawful right to be citizens. And babies are being born today, tomorrow, every day, all across this country. So we had to act now to provide back to the status quo. That has been the law of the land for generations. That you are an American citizen if you were born on American soil, period. Nothing the President can do to change that.
It sounds like a big part of his concern is that of children and babies and children who are being born as these decisions are being made.
Well, I've been in court enough to see a lot of frustrated judges, and I've been in front of Judge Kudar before to see his frustration personally. But I think the words that he expressed and the seriousness that he expressed really just drove home that we have been saying as state attorney generals for a very long time now as we look at the potential of this order, and since the order was issued. This is fairly obvious. This is fairly simple. This has been expressly determined by the United States Supreme Court, and Congress and municipal executives have looked at it and agreed. And so I was surprised to see Judge Kudar sort of dismiss the absurdity of the order, the absurdity of the president. Well, look, we make our arguments based on the law and merits and the facts. I find not concern myself too much with the ideas of what party was pointed at. But this is a Reagan appointee, been a jurist for 4 decades. He has seen arguments made by the Department of Justice many countless times. So I'm thrilled that he made that decision. It's the only part.
Mr. Attorney General, you
That's crazy. The reporter just tried to ask if he had a problem or if he felt some type of excuse me. Excuse me. But he was asking if he felt some type of way about the party that the judge affiliates with who was making the decision, or if that mattered to him or mattered in the decision. Dog, ain't nobody talking about Democrat or Republic. He's talking about the importance of not changing the Constitution unlawfully. And now you want to bring up parties and whether or not the parties involved played a big role in what would have happened. I like the way homie answered it. He said, look, dude has been up here for over 40 years. He was appointed by the Ronald Reagan, he was appointed by the Ronald Reagan administration. He's been here for 40 years. So we've seen a lot of different arguments made in a lot of different ways. Overall, I'm just thrilled that he made the argument he did. Oh, like, don't try and get me caught up in political debates when we're talking about our whole country as a whole. Like, people kill me trying to make things separate or about the other when we're talking about everything as a whole right now. We can go back to the separation later, dog. Let us finish what we're doing for the country and for everybody.
Meeting with plaintiffs in other districts.
Well, we work collaboratively as state attorney generals across the country. So I've been in constant communication with my Democratic attorney general colleagues across the United States. The team behind me and countless others in our office have worked collaboratively with other state attorney general staff members across the country, organizing and analyzing all the executive orders as they come in. So I'm really appreciative of the collaboration of most many attorney generals across the country. We're not working with the private parties who have brought their own cases. The opposite claims are very simple. We felt that Washington State has some unique interests at the state, and it is my job as the Attorney General of the state of Washington to defend not only the United States Constitution, but the Constitution of the state of Washington, and to protect our people. So bringing the case of Oregon and Arizona and Illinois we thought was appropriate, but obviously working in collaboration with other states, and those cases move forward as the days go.
Attorney General, do you think this has a sense to those migrant families, those children who are being born today and going forward?
Well, first and foremost, I hope people are reassured that we will not shy away from taking on tough fights, that we will not shy away from taking action against illegal actions by the President of the United States.
All right, I'm tired of listening to this, so there you have it. Donald Trump wanted to end birthright citizenship for American people and for anybody born in America right now. It would have taken effect. And part of the argument for this is that we're the only country who does this. Like, across the world, a lot of countries don't have just automatic birthright citizenship. So I don't know. Right now, there's a block up on it that has been issued, but it's only a 14-day block. So I guess we'll see what happens when this 14 days is up. It sounds like the biggest argument against it is the amount of children that are being born continuously and are being born now that will be affected by it. And then also the fact that in order to do away with birthright citizenship, it would have to affect the Constitution, which would mean amending the Constitution, which is bigger than just one executive order. So we'll see how it all shakes out.